Good morning. Welcome to Trading with Goals. We're going to start. We're going to talk about Pan W. Now, before I mention Pan W, I want to just say something. I know we've talked about trading psychology, and if you're still having trouble with trading, please read. There's several books, or you can watch videos on YouTube about trading psychology. And people like Don and some of others, you're putting so much weight on what you stand to lose than the joy of what you stand to gain. So every time if you put more weight on what you stand to lose than what you stand to gain, you will not be taking any step forward. You'll always be, oh, I have to sell early, or I have to do this, or I can't leave a runner. That's what will be holding you back all the time, because you're putting so much weight on what you stand to lose than the joy you'll get or what you stand to gain. So look at yourself and every day ask, how much, what more weight do I put on? How much I stand to lose, or how much do I stand to gain? You always have to have a balance. Otherwise, you'll never take a step. You'll always be led by fear. Okay? So Pan W, if you are ever looking at for me, sometimes when I don't want a headache, I just take whatever side I'm biased to. I'll take either 1-to-1, one call, one put, but it's always a stock that I stand to gain. I have more bias for it, either to one side, it's either gonna drop, or I have more bias for it to go up. Pan W, one of the few of the tech stocks, Pan W, Net, Crowd, Netflix, Meta, are some of the stocks that if you want to take a gamble on for earnings, you can, because they move very well. And sometimes I feel like I've said this again and again, and I don't, sometimes I even forget to repeat, because I think I said it on Sunday. Pan W can be a good gamble, and apparently still people didn't take anything. So if I'm putting more weight on one, either when I'm not so keen or I'm tired, I just take a call and a put. But I know whatever I take, one side, whichever goes my way, is gonna pay for what I've put in for either 1-to-1. If I'm biased to one side, I can take a 2-to-1. Okay, if I'm so sure of what this stock is going to do, I can go 3 contracts one side. So that's how I plan if I'm gambling on earnings. But most of the case, if I'm not so sure, I do 1-to-1. And I know if I'm putting money there, let's say if I'm putting 300 or 200, I know whatever moves is gonna give me back the 300 plus some more. Okay, if I'm biased to one side, let's say this stock is like, for instance, said G, and I say those stocks are still bearish. So if I'm biased to one side, I can take a 2-to-1. Let's say 2 puts and 1 call, just in case, because these people can say crazy things during when they're giving the guidance. Like Pan W, the reason is dropped that much is they cut their guidance by 50%. Okay, so if I'm biased to one side, I can take 2-to-1. If I'm so sure of which side this stock is gonna go, drop or go up, I can do 3 contracts. That's it. That's my plan. And I know that can be for everyone. But have a plan for earnings, because some of these stocks are really they're not supposed to be missed. Pan W and Net, Crowd, Meta, Netflix, Microsoft, not so much. Microsoft usually does good post-ER. Snow, there were times when it was very weak, it was just dropping, and now sometimes it's good post-ER. CRM, good post-ER. There's some stocks, LGN, we know about it. Mindy, it's not a miss. Which other stocks? The stocks that I've mentioned, you can take a gamble on them because they will reward you, especially if you are they have a clear trend. Now, most of these stocks have been bullish since last year, like Pan W. since it was added to, even before that, it was trending up before it was added to. So since this ER, after this ER, since January, it's just been trending up from 132, just go up, pull back, go up, pull back, go up, pull back. Like you're creating higher, you can identify the trend. Now, if nobody looked, it had a change of character. Okay, so we said when you have a change of character, so this is the candle here. This was an inside bar. Oh, we didn't have a clear. I was basing it on this candle because it closed below it. Now, this candle went up, but it closed below this, so it was like a double top here. And then it failed to break this level. It was going like kind of going sideways after that. So if a stock has been overbought, then look at those levels that I'm giving. Those levels I told you guys are very precise. If you're seeing it's giving you good levels, let's say even if it's going 50% of those levels, you're looking at it both ways, going up and going down. If it's giving you more than 20 points, that's a good stock to gamble. If it is not giving you less than 10 points, probably not a good one. But PanW, just for the fact that it was overbought, and if you do 50% retracement, always do that 50% retracement. You're doing this, Donna, do analysis on, you're looking at what do I stand to gain if this stock goes up, or what do I stand to gain if this stock goes down. Let's say if you're doing 1-to-1, okay? So don't just look at what you stand to lose. Look at what you stand to gain if you're going 50-50, 1-to-1, okay? So you're getting a call and a put. If you're biased to one side, you're getting 2-to-1. If you're so sure, you're getting 3 contracts. That's usually my plan. Okay, so have a plan for earnings. Don't just go with fear. Okay? But you're only looking at the chart for the day. For earnings, you're not looking at the day, the chart for that day. You're not looking at 15-minute chart. You're looking at, this is earnings. It's from where it ER to ER. So if you're looking at earnings, is ER to ER. You're not looking at that day. This sideways. This is the, actually, I've always said, Donna, stocks that are going sideways before earnings are the best. They're the ones to take a gamble on. They're going sideways. If you put, I don't know where Sari was. The stocks that are going sideways, I've always said, and I will repeat again and again, they're the best. And if you look, this is the, which one is this? This is the monthly. Look at where it was, near the close, right at the close. So it was giving you to, it's overbought. It's been bullish. You're looking from ER to ER. It's been bullish. It's overbought. It's at the close. And it's been going sideways. This is what you want to find out which stocks to gamble for earnings. Right at the close is the starting point. Okay, so you're looking at, if it's at the close, if it's going up, what is the ATR? The ATR for me is the purple one, 403. So it's at 366, 403. That's over 30-something points. If it's going down, it's going to 329. Okay, what is my ATR level? That looks way too far. Oh, blue is the target level. So you're looking at anything that is going sideways before ER. That's one. This, what is the trend? It's been bullish since last year, January. It's been bullish from ER to ER. So it's overbought. Something else, it's at the close, the starting point. So if it's going up, this is the level. If it's going down, this is the level. So this was a good play. Okay. Now, when a stock does that huge drop, okay, so it hit this ATR 329, it hit 392. The next one is supposed to be 255. Sorry, 292, 255. So if it doesn't reject, it doesn't go down. If it doesn't continue down, and you see there's a analyst, Wedbush, they're still maintaining outperformance. It's a good stock. They just, I don't know how they're cutting their guidance by 50%. That was just too much for a stock that has been performing so well. But I always say there's always a motive when these people are doing something. You know, somebody was selling, and this is what I was saying. When a stock is going sideways, since, look at this, it's been going sideways since Monday 12th, just going sideways. This is a stock telling you I'm going to be good at the close. It was just going at the close. I mean, you guys don't forget these things we talk about every day. Nothing changes, okay? So PanW, if it doesn't continue down 269, 255, we can get a pullback. Now, it's still, now it is now bearish. You can't have a huge drop like that and still say it has done, it's done. That drop, we have a wide gap. So now this becomes a good play to look at it because of that wide gap. So post ER, I've given the levels. Said G, I always maintain this sector is still bearish. When they did a pullback, they didn't even do 50%. But the reason why you might not get a good, we might not see a good drop like the previous ER where it dropped so much, is because this stock is oversold. Okay, so it can go either way. We got this move up, but it didn't even go to retest this. So this was 103 and this was 87. It's way below. So this was a lower high. That's why I said this sector is still bearish. Okay, so it was right at close on Thursday. The things you look at if you want to gamble for earnings. It was right at close. So we are looking at if it's going down and doesn't, this one I can't even go to ATR because ATR, let me look at the weekly. Please learn how to do just earnings. Just, it's not even technical, too technical. It's just a bare. Is it at the close? Yes. Has it been going sideways? Yes. Does it have a clear trend? Yes. Some questions you ask yourself, how much do I stand to gain if it goes up? How many points do I stand to make? Such questions. Then you get your answer for stocks that you want to trade for earnings. Even the weekly, it was right at close. So for weekly, we are looking at 69. So I don't know how many points is it? Is this a daily? Okay. So it has dropped from the close. It was right at the close, 84, and it has gone to, so the ATR, first ATR 69, the second ATR is 54. And I think that 54.
Okay. Have a good day, sweetie.
The 54. So last year it hit 62. Okay. So 54, I think, was the last earnings. Target was 55. It rejected that 55. And now that's the same level we are looking at, that 54. So here it rejected 61, created a higher low. That's why we got this pullback, but it didn't even go close to this. So this was still bearish. So we are looking at if it breaks below 63, so the previous support, it has almost approached it. So 61, if it breaks below 61, we are looking at 54. If it stays above 69, this is now the previous ATR, we're using it as a resistance. If it goes above 69, then we're looking at it going to the close, which is 84. Okay, but this sector, the entire sector, so if you're looking at the sympathy, ENPH, FSLR, those are key plays to look at today because of SETG. Then we're expecting the same thing, bearish continuation. If it breaks 61, we're looking at going to this 54. Okay, so you also look at SETG and the NPH. Now, Pan W, I mentioned, forgot to mention, crowd is usually the sympathy. Okay. So sometimes you can look at the sympathy. All these stocks have been overbought. We are terribly overbought. So February, we were supposed to be bearish, but stocks were still trying to run up. But you can still see a stock that is having all these polka dots. It goes up, pull back, goes up, pull back, goes up, pull back. It is the same trend. It's the same trend. It's just telling you I'm not as strong as I was when it was going up here. Okay, so now we have yesterday it had a change. Any stock that you see have a change of character, it is going to close below this. You can swing any stock. This one, this is the previous higher low level. This candle went down. This is the low. It was closing. If you're seeing by the time this stock is going to close, the market is going to close, it is below the previous higher low level. You can swing. That's how you know when to hold or to leave a runner. Okay, it broke below the previous day, this level, previous day higher low level. It went below it. So these are the stocks you can hold if they are going below, closing below the previous day higher low level. Okay, so this is usually a runner. Now, if you guys want another trick, you go look at where you have a higher high, then a stock pulls back, a higher high, then a stock pulls back. It means when this stock is going down, it will go back to that same level. So for instance, this is the first one, 307. So this stock broke, this candle broke below it. It was a sign it was to go down. So you're looking at this 307, then you're looking at the previous level after it pulls back. So this pullback, this level at the bottom and this level at the top. If you want to know where a stock is going. So this one would have been 290. So if a stock is done, you're looking at this and this. Here and here. The previous lower high level, higher high level, previous higher low. Like that, like that. If a stock is dropping, those are the key levels you're looking at. Where it had a pullback, it hit a top, had a pullback. So that top and then the pullback level. Okay. So now we had this 307, it broke it. Now we have 286. So we have 295. The next level is 286, which is headed to. So if it breaks that 286, if this is just observation. Somebody asked me if I have a class for levels. If you want to master levels, you have to be good at observation. I'm very good at observation. Observation and identifying patterns by just looking at the chart. A stock is doing the same thing. It goes up, pulls back, goes up, pull back, goes up, pull back, goes up 2 days, pull back, 3 days, pull back. It's doing the same thing, observation. Another thing is just looking at these levels from where it turns around. Here, turned around. Here, turned around. Here, turned around. Like that. So the support and the resistance. You have to be very observant and you have to have good memory. For me, I have good memory. I can memorize levels easy. And it's just by doing the same thing again and again. There is no other secret about it. Okay, so crowd is a sympathy to Pan W. So Pan W post ER, SETG post ER, Pan W crowd sympathy, SETG ENPH FSLR sympathy. I've posted ADI Wing SZR. That's how Cruise ship. So today you're also looking at airlines. Whenever you have cruise ship reporting or airline reporting, you're looking at they always like go together. So BA should be something to look at today. Now, NVIDIA, it's been dropping. We've had this pullback. So if we look at NVIDIA has not been having very clear pullbacks. Like it's just been going up and inside day, going up inside bar, going up and inside bar, going up and inside bar. So that's a pattern you're noticing. So when you notice a pattern like this, you know, I'm looking at this stock every day. It does a inside bar, I'm looking at it. It does an inside bar, I'm looking at it. Now, I can't advise. You guys know me and NVIDIA, I say they always take advantage of NVIDIA to do IV crash because both contracts are still expensive. So for me, I don't think I'm going to gamble. I never gamble NVIDIA. Wait for it post-year. So if you made more money with it there's nothing to lose waiting one night. So I never try to gamble NVIDIA. So that's just me. But I'm waiting for it post-year to see what happens. So there's nothing much I can say about NVIDIA. Okay, SMCI, the same thing. I'm hoping it happened to SMCI. So in comparison, when SMCI reported earnings, we had this move. So finally, we have a change of character here because this candle closed below this. So today, whatever the market, I'm hoping, but we get a turnaround. If we're getting the market opening going down by midday, mid-morning, midday, we start going up. So the stocks I'm keen on that pattern, Netflix. So semiconductors, we're just watching the same thing. If they keep going down, you write them down, continue up. Now we have a change of character. So after a change of character and this is a clear bearish candle. So we're looking at getting another clear bearish candle today. If we get an inside bar, then it will be an indication we want to go up. Okay, anytime you see a stock pulling, this is the first pullback since here. This is the first one. So of course, we have a clear bearish bar. If we get another bearish bar to break this level, to close below this, then it means we are looking at these semiconductor sectors going down. But if we have an inside bar today, then tomorrow, that's what I'm anticipating, we could be bullish. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's for semiconductors. So Lulu, I'm anticipating we get a move up depending on what happens today. So depending on what happens today, Lulu, Netflix, and Meta, if they go down, when the market opens, they're going down, and then they start turning around, you get like a V pattern. They go down, and then they start going up. You can get calls and you can swing to tomorrow. So that's Lulu, Netflix, Meta, and GS. Okay. Okay. So Meta had like a double bottom. So we still have another range candle, is not a lot. So below it, so I'm anticipating, so on 15 minutes, we drop. And if by mid-morning or lunch hour, we start going up, you get calls and you can leave runners. Okay, so that's Meta, Netflix, and GS. Okay, so don't rush to get calls here. Want it to come down. Okay, and then mid-morning, lunch hour, whatever time we start going up, you can get calls and we can swing to tomorrow. Okay, ADB, just by the fact that it has a wide range candle, I'm always putting it on the key place because it has a wide range candle. Okay, so we have this candle. So we had this bearish candle. So if we are looking at SMCI, it gave us this candle yesterday. So we're looking at today if it will give us another candle like what ADB did. Okay, so these big ranges and that big drop is the reason why we are looking at ADB every day. So if it continues down, I've given the levels, and if you're getting a pullback, you're looking at it going back to 585 or breaking this 527 to go lower. Okay. So those are the stocks I'm looking at today. The same thing for SPY. We go down. So on Sunday, I'd said we need a crash, either a crash on the upper side to go up to crash puts or to go down to crash calls. That's what I said on Sunday. And yesterday it was just a clear day of a bearish trend. So if somebody missed this is the crash we're looking for. So we got a V. You drop, you go back up. But because it did not go back to, so a V is supposed to go back to this high. If it's not going back, it's a sign of weakness. Every time you're seeing a V is not complete, it's a sign of weakness, or it can be a sign it wants to go up. So now I'm looking at a weakness. The same thing for GS, Meta, and Netflix. We go down. By mid-morning, if we start turning around, you get calls and hold to tomorrow. Any questions? Charity, any question?
No. Sorry.
Now, every time we're having tech stocks, those people who have a problem with trading puts, always look at energy stocks, whenever you're having, and retail or cost is also supposed to be. Okay. So cost is still bullish. So we had this pullback, and then we had this change of character here, then bullish, we had a double close here, then we broke it. So still look at close. So TGT, whenever you have the market when the market is a bit weak, look at cost, retail, cost, TGT, DLTR, all these stocks, they are creating 52-week high. All these stocks, low he's had a pullback. Oh, low has a change of character, but it has this range candle. So even if it has this inside change of character, we're still looking at this candle. So this is a good one because of this candle. Either it breaks 220 or it goes back to 231. Okay. HD post ER yesterday was a good one. It gave an inverted V. And I see here they've maintained a 380 per share, Wedbush, this analyst. So it went up, pull back, and then went up, back up. So this was, if you look at the contracts, they were cheap here and went up like 300 if you got whatever contract you played post-ER. Post-ER, mostly look at it as a scalping. Don't look at post-ER like a stock will just run. HD, I've always maintained, is not a stock that runs up the day after. It takes its time. So this was a good one. Walmart is still bullish. I'm still look at this because anytime a stock is having a split, they usually run it up before the split. So still look at Walmart. It went to 181. I don't even know. Walmart was always stuck at 165. So this is a good one. Okay. I've posted the stocks on Daytrade. You can look. Those stocks I'm anticipating are Slingshot. So Slingshot, mostly look at stocks that have hit 52-week high or 2-month high, and then they pull back. Okay. So a stock hits 52-week high, So it hit 281 and then it pulls back. So we've gotten that slingshot. It was at the top, you're pulling back, then it fires, goes up. It needs to be above this. So it needs to break 282 for that slingshot to materialize and then go higher. And then I told you guys Sunday, it has to come back down. So that's the same for Netflix, FANG. FANG is post-ER. And this one also has been going up. So the same strategy. If you understand this strategy, you will never have a problem looking at them again. You just know this stock has hit a 52-week high, so it needs to break. So this was the 52-week high, 181, pulled back. So now it needs to be above it. And you see this week has broken above it. So post-year, this can be a good play. Okay. If there are no questions, I want to go post I'll be posting daily levels for SPY and QQQ. So those are the ones that I'm posting on the day trade channel. But for the week, I've posted in the SPY and QQQ channel. Those are the levels you're looking at for the entire week. Now, in the stocks level, I'm posting the weekly levels, the weekly day. So it means from Monday to Friday, those are the levels you're looking at. And mostly they're stocks that I'm key on that week. So either ER stocks or stocks I'm keen on that week. Then in the day trade, I'm posting the day levels, the day range, either the day range levels or the day levels for that day. That's where I'm posting in the day trade. So that's the difference. If somebody's having a trouble, the stocks level are for the week. So from Monday to Friday, the same levels. And then if they're not broken, we still look at the same levels next week. Okay. Alta, I always say Alta above 533, it's going up. Always above 533. The minute you're seeing is going above 533, hold. It's going up. So Charity, and I don't know, Chep or T, you're asking me about levels. You have to be keen, observant. Otherwise, there's no formula for mastering these levels. Very observant. So you're waiting. You have to have a good memory. So just know, Alta above 533, I'm trading it. The minute you're seeing, like here, the day it broke and pulled back, this day on Friday, it broke 533. It is telling you it wants to go up. You can swing, or you wait the next day, you're trading it. You have to be keen on those levels. You have to know where these stocks have a turnaround, the same levels again and again and again and again. That's how you get good. But there's no training I can say. I'm just training about levels. You have to be observant. You have to be watching these stocks every day, or you're setting alarms. So like here, it was telling you for 2 days. So since Thursday, it was telling you it wants to go up. So it broke 533 here, pulled back, came down. Second time, we know stocks attempt how many times? 3 times. Here. So here, actually from Wednesday, it was telling you it wants to go. The minute you have 533, it pulls back. It's a stock you're trading. So you're trading, pull back, you're trading it again. Then pull back, you're trading it. Until the third time, it breaks out. So this was the first, second, third. Okay, Irene. Any question? I want to stick at just discussing the key plays for the day, not going all over the place, so that we are zeroing in. So yesterday, HD was a good play. I don't know what plays I posted. CAT was a good play. I said it had a downgrade, so it was a good play. It went down. It was already down, but it kept going down, and it's still going down. Okay, so this was a good play. If you held, it's still going down. SMCI, no contracts are crazy, but you can go way out of the money. Just go way out of the money. Even if you're making $100, just go way out of the money. It was a good play. NVIDIA was a good play. So I want to focus on key plays for the day. Charity, sign us off.
Let's make them this money, guys.
All right, thank you.